Hi, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm back again with another pick a card reading. This reading is how does this person feel about you? So it can be how does he feel about you or how does she feel about you? So I'm sorry I haven't posted much recently. I've been wanting to post more, but I've been a bit ill recently with a cold and a cough, as you can hear in my voice, so I haven't been able to post as much as I've wanted to. But thank you for your patience, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. If you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. Thanks to everyone who has written lovely comments. They're really supportive. I do read them all. And thank you to everyone who has shared my videos and liked them as well. It really helps me out. So I'm in the festive mood still. I've got 4 sets of cards. We're using the Rider-Waite Tarot for this reading. So set of cards number 1 is the Polaroid camera decorations. And I picked all these decorations out with my 6-year-old son the other day, so that was a lot of fun. Set of cards number 2 is the gumball machine. Set of cards number 3 is the almond milk tree decoration. And set of cards number 4 is the sushi bowl decoration. So these are general messages. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Always trust your own intuition overall. Don't try and make these messages fit into your individual situation if they aren't resonating. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards to see which set of cards resonate with you the most. And I'm going to be doing extended readings for each set of cards over on Vimeo as well. Okay, so this is set of cards number 1, which is the Polaroid camera. Made it look a little bit like Instagram and some of those other apps. And I'm going to be using the divination dice as well. Okay, so how does this person feel about you? For easiness, I'm going to say how does he. I'm going to refer to this person as a he, but it can represent a she as well. So there's the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords in reverse. So to clarify the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, there's the 9 of Cups in reverse. Clarifying the Empress in reverse, we have the Devil. Clarifying the 2 of Cups, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And clarifying the 10 of Swords in reverse, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so how does this person feel about you? I feel there's been some kind of arguments or a separation or a breakup. Some kind of upheaval within your connection, because there's this card here, the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling like separated, feeling pushed away, feeling like an outsider. Feeling left out in the cold, as a lot of people say. Just going to move this a little bit. But it's in reverse. I feel like this person's wanting to reconnect with you. They're wanting to have a second chance. They're wanting to work on your relationship, because we have the 9 of Cups in reverse as well. So this is someone who saw you as their dream come true, their dream girl or their dream man. In reverse, they're afraid that those dreams have been shattered. I feel like even if it didn't look this way, deep down this person tried hard to become ready to be with you. So they may have had some emotional wounds that they had to heal and work through before being ready to have a balanced and mature and healthy relationship with you, because it's almost as though these 9 cups are trophies, and cups are about emotion. So it's like they achieved a lot emotionally, a lot of emotional healing, and it is to do with feeling like the outsider in life, feeling impoverished, you know, having a pessimistic way of seeing things rather than optimistic. So I feel like that was what was blocking them from fully being able to give and receive love. You know, low self-esteem, basically, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, not feeling as though they had enough to provide. And whatever we believe is what we manifest. So this person didn't have a good self-image to be able to manifest or hold or, you know, have a healthy relationship with someone, because they didn't have a healthy relationship with themselves. But they're wanting to come back together. They're hoping there's still a chance that this 9 of Cups can turn into the 10 of Cups, which is having it all. It's like having the relationship, everything working out. The Empress in reverse, clarified by the Devil. So they saw you as someone as very, very nurturing, but for some of you, they saw you as someone that was like overly mothering, or you're very nurturing, but they could see that you also had the same core wound, and in a sense that's what made them feel more connected to you, that you both had like low self-esteem, or you both had wounds to do with abandonment and rejection. And I feel like there may have been codependency within your connection, where you were looking to each other for the love that you didn't feel in childhood. Like you may have both had like mother issues as well, like either controlling parents or emotionally distant parents and things like that. So some of them, they recognized that you weren't in like a healthy emotional state within yourself either to be able to have a healthy relationship in the past, and that's why there was like this codependency on both sides. And they're seeing that that's why they see you as their soulmate, but they see that you both have the same wounds to heal within yourselves. So they're wanting this happy relationship with you. They're wanting to reach out to you, because in this 2 of Cups it shows the man reaching out, touching the woman's cup. I feel most of you will be like female watching this, thinking about a male, but obviously not everyone, but most people. They want to do that, but it's like deep down, like subconsciously, they're the Page of Cups in reverse. It's like the one thing they're wanting to do is the one thing that they're struggling most to do, which is they're struggling to reach out to you. They're struggling to express their emotions. They're struggling to be openly communicative. So he's wearing a lot of blue here, which is the colour of the throat chakra. Difficulties in expressing feelings. Very emotionally repressed. And again, I feel this is something to do with childhood, like they didn't feel safe, or they didn't feel like they could express their emotions. Sorry, I'm going to have a coughing fit. For some of them, this is saying that they are reaching out to you, but it's like in indirect ways, or they're kind of communicating to you, or they're trying to hint to you, or show you in some beating around the bush kind of way that they have these feelings for you. But it's like they feel extremely insecure within their emotions. So I feel this is someone who's trying to take control of their emotions somewhat, because, you know, they may be putting on a poker face, like Spirit is saying. Like, they're trying to appear much more in control of themselves. Because I feel, yeah, this is what Spirit is saying. For set of cards number 1, the viewer who are watching this, you and this person had the same wounding where you, throughout your life, had to wear like a poker face with your own family. Like, it just wasn't safe for you to express emotions. It's almost like within your families, you didn't really talk about emotions. It was an uncomfortable subject. So it was, emotions were just kind of swept under the carpet. There may have been like passive aggressive things rather than openly communicating how people were feeling. There may have been a lack of communication, so that this can translate in adulthood of you and this person avoiding like conflict or, you know, avoiding expressing how you're really feeling. So if you're not happy with something within the connection, there's this sense that you feel like you can't communicate that truth, but that's what's been blocking both of you. They want to cooperate with you. They want to work with you. Some of you, they may feel that they literally want to work with you on some kind of spiritual mission, if you're twin flames or soulmates, because this is a very spiritual card. They're coming together to build the cathedral. But for some, it's literally meaning they want to cooperate with you and allow themselves to open up spiritually. And sorry, I had another coughing fit and actually blew all the cards away. Okay. But they're wanting to cooperate with you. They're wanting to embrace this spiritual aspect within themselves. So it's clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, working really hard to achieve this balance between you, because it's an 8, it's like an infinity symbol. Wanting a balance on both sides, of giving and receiving, of expression. They're releasing these fears. They may still have some fears, but it's not like those fears are totally engulfing them like they did in the past. If you've gone through some kind of separation, it's like the time alone has helped this person to release like major fears they had of losing you. Like they feared even just being themselves because of a fear of losing you. If they did grow up in a childhood, in a family where expression was like repressed, then they would not have felt safe. You know, they would have felt so they weren't allowed to express how they really felt, because then it would be met with disapproval. And so they have likely felt this way with you as well. But whatever fears were consuming them, they're no longer consuming them so much, but they still have some fears. What they're working towards is this 10 of Pentacles. They want to be a good provider. They want this happy family life with you. They want to do things right. They want to be there for you on all levels, is what I'm feeling. So I'm also going to pull some messages from the Divine Masculine cards. How do they feel about you? Yeah, I want to do things right. You are my rock. You inspire me to be my best version. How do I move forward? And I love this path. So, yeah, they want to do the right things. They want to move forward in the right way. There may have been this cycle repeating within your connection of you communicating in unhealthy kind of ways. It may have been both of you trying to hint how you felt about each other because of a fear of outright rejection. Like you both may have known that neither of you were fully ready, or you may have felt like this person wasn't fully ready to embrace the truth or have things, you know, just said totally up front. You felt like they may retreat from that and back away if they were scared. And so you may have started communicating indirectly to them as well. For some of you, it could have been a case of you two are friends. You both knew you had deep feelings for each other deep down, but neither of you were expressing that like openly. But they want to do things right. They love this path. This is like the spiritual path they feel that opens up to them with you. Like they've never felt this way with anyone else on this deep level. And they're trying to figure out, how do they move forward? How do they overcome their fears and just take that leap of faith? You are my rock. Like they see you as, again, that empress, someone very nurturing, very wise. You're helping them to free themselves from their own inner demons, their own fears and blocks. And you inspire me to be my best version. So you're really making them feel happy. And you have inspired them to work hard at becoming more true to their true selves. So I'm going to pull out a couple of the divination dice. How does this person feel about you? We have the Witch. And this one here, that's it's almost like the torture or being chained. It's kind of like that devil energy. So they make, how they feel about you, they feel as though you've put a spell over them. They see you as someone who's very intuitive, almost like magical, spiritual. They love this path though. They love this aspect, this deeper meaning, this deeper dimension that you've brought to their life. Torture. They feel, because this is like a punishment, isn't it? They feel as though they made mistakes in the past, and now they're feeling like they're being punished for it. If there was some kind of separation that's going on between you, or they're, you know, this could be like in a prison, like people were kind of strung up like this in a prison as well. They may be feeling stuck within that devil energy still, but they feel like you're the one who can help release them. You can help inspire them and dissolve those things that keep them bound in order to help them free themselves. So I'm going to look much more deeply in a Vimeo reading into how this person is feeling about you, what's going to happen between you, what actions they're going to take, and all things like that. So the link to the Vimeo reading is below this video in the description box, and I really hope to see you there. So I hope this has been helpful, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much, and I'll see you over on Vimeo. So this is set of cards number 2, which is the Gumball Machine decoration. So I'm also going to pull out some of the divination dice as well towards the end of the reading. So how does this person feel about you? We have the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Swords in reverse, and the Moon. So clarifying the 8 of Wands, we have the Tower in reverse. Clarifying the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Clarifying the 8 of Swords, we have the Emperor in reverse. For the 3 of Swords in reverse, we have the 5 of Swords. And clarifying the Moon, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So what I'm feeling, what I'm picking up when I look at these cards is they're seeing themselves as the top row and they're seeing like you as the bottom row. I feel there's been some kind of tower moment where they felt extremely insecure. They felt all over the place. They had major fears of rejection and abandonment. They felt like you were too good for them. They saw you as this Queen of Cups. They put you on a pedestal, but they saw themselves as your counterpart or your soulmate or your twin flame. They saw themselves like in the reverse position. So they saw themselves as emotionally all over the place. But they also saw you as withholding your emotions or wearing some kind of mask, because the Queen of Cups is the only cups card where there's a lid on that cup. So they saw you as very emotionally balanced on the surface, even though you may not have been, like deep down. It's like on the surface you appeared very strong. And they were afraid that they couldn't live up to that. I feel this person was basing their sense of self-worth on how they appeared to you. They wanted to be like the alpha male in terms of being like this emperor in control. But in reverse, it's like they had control issues where they were trying to wear a mask too much, so they were lacking authenticity. They couldn't express their true emotions. Because they're afraid of appearing weak, or they're afraid of giving you any kind of power over them, because I feel they've likely experienced wearing their heart on their sleeve in the past and people controlled them or they manipulated them for that in past relationships. So this person has got a poker face on, but deep down it was because they were trying to hide that emotionally they felt all over the place. But now they're wanting to rush in towards you. They're wanting to communicate with you, or they're wanting to get closer to you again, because I do feel there was this tower moment. There was this time of separation that you may still be going through. There may have been quite a long time where both of you were trying to avoid this tower moment. So you may have had some kind of unhealthy dynamic with each other where even though you have a deep connection, there may have been some kind of codependency, or neither of you fully being in a place where you felt safe to express your true feelings. It could have been like self-worth issues on both sides, like wounding from childhood, like reflecting within your connection, within your relationship. So deep down, it's like both of you were afraid of losing the other person. And so you may have both held on to an unhealthy dynamic that you had with each other, where you were kind of communicating, but maybe not fully, or just unhealthy blocks that were deep down causing some kind of separation anyway. Like there wasn't this complete transparency, perhaps. So there's the Eight of Swords clarified by the Emperor in the reverse. They felt like they kept you stuck. They knew that you were wanting communication, you were wanting them to come closer. But they actually felt as though your heart was closed. And if they did come towards you, they felt like you wouldn't fully accept what they had to offer you. Even if you may have felt like you were really open and ready to receive them, but some of you have realized that you were emotionally closed off as well. You weren't fully available to receive them. And sometimes that can come across as when we want someone to change, or we want someone else to do or be a certain things, or we have expectations on someone else, like overly focusing on the other person because of a fear of looking inwards. So they feel like they kept you stuck and blinded, because of their control issues. The Emperor in reverse, again, this was them trying to appear like they were confident, they were calling the shots, but deep down it's because they felt emotionally all over the place, and they felt stuck. They felt controlled by their emotions, controlled by their fears of their safety like crumbling all around them, or their comfort zone crumbling. And so, because you share this deep connection, they realise that you were like waiting for them. You were kind of stuck on them. You couldn't see clearly. Maybe some of them were expressing things or giving you promises, but they couldn't fulfill those promises. I feel like they really wanted to fulfill those promises, and they may have even told themselves that one day they will be ready to truly follow through with those promises, but it feels like that day just wasn't coming as long as you were both holding on to each other in that unhealthy way. Like that was an energetic block. You both needed this time apart in order to see yourselves more clearly and see the dynamic, the connection more clearly, in order to release codependency, release fears, and more about knowing your self-worth as well. So yeah, a time of separation has led to a purging of a lot of heartbreak, not just from this situation, but all the triggering it's brought up from childhood and past relationships. Anytime you both felt hurt, they feel like they broke your heart because they pushed you away. But again, it's like deep down on an energetic sense, relationships are always reflections of both individuals. Like you came together because of a similar or the same core wounding. So if this person on the surface was pushing you away, it's like deep down you had like walls up around your heart. Spirit is saying within this connection, both of you, it's like the ego, the part of us that tries to protect us but ultimately limits us and keeps us stuck, was putting a blindfold over you, like deceiving yourselves, not being totally honest with yourselves, you know, keeping yourself stuck. Because, you know, these swords aren't really imprisoning this person. There's plenty of gaps where this person can walk away. And take off that blindfold. You know, the swords could be used quite easily to sever those ties. But there's a sense that both of you were playing it small. Both of you were in a comfort zone, and therefore were holding on to that unhealthy dynamic within your connection rather than taking the leap of faith. So it may have appeared like it was this person who wasn't taking a leap of faith, but it was like both of you trying to play it safe. And even if the connection was unhealthy in certain ways, it was like both of you were used to that and you knew what to expect, kind of thing. But that was what was creating barriers around both of you, not fully allowing the other person to come in. Closed heart because of a lot of wounds, you know, wounding that heart, therefore trying to protect yourselves. But now it's like something had to happen. The universe stepped in. There was a tower moment. It created a separation. It created, you know, it obliterated the unhealthy dynamic as well as, you know, what you had together. It obliterated that, but Tower cards, Tower energy is always a blessing in disguise. If you had codependency and you were holding on to each other too much, then the universe had to step in order for you both to feel this pain, in order for those walls around your heart to be like broken open, so you would feel that pain, it'd be triggered up, so you could release it. To stop this energy of pushing each other away or keeping yourself wrapped up in cotton wool or surrounded by these swords, like not allowing anyone in. So yeah, the Tower moment allowed this person and you to really go down that path of looking inwards, facing your fears. Because this is a path that seems really scary, the path of the unknown. You really had to face the fears in order to overcome them. And that's what's allowed a major, major shift within yourself, within this other person, because you're reflections of each other, and within the relationship. Strength overcoming the inner demons, the fears, the illusions, anything that was blocking you. So I'm going to put out some messages from the Divine Masculine cards. See how this person's feeling about you right now. My heart is opening. Exactly. And there needed to be the Tower moment. There needed to be a realization within both of you of, I've been a fool. We're aligning. I've been a fool. Basically, that meaning holding on to the unhealthy dynamic. It's like the more it's like you didn't want to lose each other, so you were holding on, but it was in an unhealthy kind of way. But that holding on was actually blocking you both from being able to have your connection grow and blossom. It was preventing you from truly aligning in a deeper way. Like you were aligning through a lot of fear, but that fear was blocking you both from being able to fully open your heart so you could align on a much deeper level. I'm building my foundation. You fascinate me. So yeah, you're aligning now. It may have totally seemed like the opposite. Tower moment may have thrown you in two different directions, but it's so on a deeper level you could align. Like you needed to recalibrate, you needed to realign with your true selves as individuals. You had to align with your soul consciousness, which is the self-love, the self-worth, love over fear. And that helps you to align with each other, building your foundation. So yeah, you may have been trying to build a foundation with each other and thinking the foundation of that relationship was going to help you both feel secure within yourselves and happy. But, you know, that was looking outside of self rather than inwards for the inner foundation. So again, any separation has allowed you to become more secure within yourselves as individuals. And that's like super important for you both to be able to move forward together in this connection. You fascinate me. So I do feel this person is thinking about you a lot. I feel like you really help them to see things in a new way. You inspire them, you open their eyes. Fuck what they think. So you may be inspiring them to give up this fear of them worrying a lot about what other people think as well. That may be like a really significant message for some of you. So I'm going to pull out two of the divination dice. One from this set and one from the other set. I'm not looking at the colours, how they feel. The Mermaid. And this Star. Okay, so the Mermaid, it's like the Queen of Cups. The water is about emotions. They see you as someone who is overall emotionally secure. They see you as someone who is very strong within themselves on that level. And that may have intimidated them. They may have felt totally out of their depth. And they knew that you could see into the true them. The Star, this is like healing. This is the guidance, the way, you know, the navigation into their true self. Healing. You've helped this person reconnect to their soul consciousness and have this deep awakening, and vice versa. You know, it's equal on both sides. So I'm going to look much more deeply in a Vimeo reading into how this person feels about you, what actions they're going to take and what's going to happen and all things like that. So the link to the Vimeo reading is below this reading in the description box. And I hope this reading has been helpful and it's resonated with you. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So I really hope to see you over on Vimeo. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. So this is set of cards number 3, which is the Almond Milk Decoration. So I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot. Towards the end of the reading, I'm also going to be pulling some of the divination dice, as well as the messages from the Divine Masculine cards. So how does this person feel about you? The High Priestess in reverse, the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, Death in reverse, and the 4 of Cups. So what's clarifying this High Priestess in reverse? We have the 6 of Swords. Clarifying the 5 of Cups, we have the 5 of Wands. Clarifying the 10 of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. Clarifying Death in reverse, we have the 7 of Cups. And clarifying the 4 of Cups, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel this person feels confused about what to do right now with your connection, with your relationship. I feel like some difficult situation or experiences have happened between you and they're not sure if things are going to work out. They're feeling like things have been left up in the air. I feel like they're trying to figure out their next moves or what to do. Because I feel like they're seeing you as moved on because of this High Priestess in reverse. They either feel as though you've chosen logic over how you're feeling when it came to making a decision about them. So they feel like you moved on because they feel like you didn't trust your intuition. And they feel like you got annoyed or something, so you've decided to move on and leave them behind, and they're mourning like this loss, but they don't realise there's still this opportunity there between you. Or this can be in some cases that they were ignoring their intuition, so, and they weren't making a decision to commit to you at that time because they were focused on other things in their life that weren't working for them, and they weren't noticing your connection, or they weren't taking time to commit to your connection, so you had to move on, or you felt like they moved on from you, or they were just in this process of needing to move on from things that weren't serving them, but it was taking them a long time. Whatever the case, they feel as though they had things to deal with. Like they were just focusing on other things and kind of ignoring you, ignoring your connection. They could be someone that's very pessimistic. They may get themselves caught up in all sorts of difficult situations, because this is about moving away from the choppy waters into the calmer waters. There's 4 swords like grouped together here and 2 here. So the 4 of Swords is going inwards, needing a lot of alone time, trying to figure things out, feeling really burnt out and not having the energy to move forward. And then there's 2 of Swords here, which is confusion, not knowing what direction to go in, being stuck at a crossroads. For them, it could have been a head versus heart. They didn't know how to follow their intuition because they didn't see how things would work out with you logically. And therefore they were distrusting what their intuition was telling them. I feel, and Spirit is saying that for some of them, they didn't even give your relationship a chance. Like they didn't fully commit to it or take a leap of faith in the past because they were almost, or they were, you know, they were convinced that things would never work out. So they were focusing on their fears. The fear that, you know, all these cups with the contents lost. It's crying over spilt milk kind of thing. They were focusing on their fears, what they didn't want. They didn't want things to go bad between you. They didn't want to mess up with you. You know, they had major fears about it not working out and them feeling abandoned, them feeling rejected, them blame themselves. So they're stuck in this dark energy, this dark cloud, this pessimistic way of thinking. And they couldn't see, like, the opportunity that they had with you. And there's the 4 of Cups here. Like, this opportunity was being presented to them over and over and over again. Like, you may have been there for them. You may have been waiting for them. The universe may have been trying to talk to them and say, this is the direction to look in, not towards pessimistic thinking or worrying about history repeating itself if they were hurt in the past and they were afraid of that happening again with you. They were seriously afraid of destruction. But this is what was blocking them. Some of them, they moved on from you before they even gave your relationship a chance. Had a lot of internal conflict going on. There may have been conflict with you because you were offering them this relationship. You were offering them this love, but they were refusing to take it. Or they just really didn't trust that they were good enough for you, and therefore they didn't trust it would work out with you, is what I'm feeling. Some of them, they may have felt like they had all the time in the world, so to speak, to make this decision. If you were continuing to offer your cup, if you continued to be there for them, they may have thought, oh, this person will always be here for me for when I am ready, or if I decide to try and make things work. But there was some kind of ending here. They may have felt stabbed in the back if you moved on. You may have had this deep inner conflict, and then you had to make a decision to go in a new direction. But a lot of this energy is them and the difficulties they've been through in their life, like heartbreak. This person tends to take things extremely personally, because swords are about the mind and perception. They don't realise it's like their own thoughts that are burdening them. It's their own thoughts like stabbing them in the back. It's like the ego that tries to protect us actually like severely limits us. So this person was stalling over and over and over again, stagnating. And so, you know, energetically, the universe can allow this to continue to happen, especially if you were like waiting around. So there was some kind of ending, destruction, hitting rock bottom for this person. Now they're wanting this new beginning, the Ace of Wands. They're wanting, you know, to really go for their goals and aspirations with you. The Wand, they're wanting to create, manifest a new beginning. But there's death in the reverse, clarified by the Seven of Cups. So yeah, there's been this resistance to death of the old ways for new beginnings. Even though this kind of energy is not healthy for this person to focus on negative things, feeling betrayed, stabbed in the back. They may literally have people in their life where they have a lot of conflict with them. This is kind of the energy that they're used to. You know, it feels hard for this person to change their thinking and raise their vibration and elevate themselves out of these kind of situations or thought patterns. So that's where this resistance is happening. Resistance of a major like internal shift. I feel like this person may still be looking at other options or feeling like they don't know how to move forward in this connection because they feel like they've got a lot on their plate. They have to deal with this and that and then that and that and that. They're like, where do I start? This could be like how they feel about their healing and their emotions. Like they don't know where to start with that. So they're still like focusing on other things. They're still thinking, what do I invest in? They may have taken this step back, like, and asking themselves, am I investing in the right things? Is it healthy for me to keep staying in this kind of energy of feeling like a victim, basically, and feeling like they're powerless to make any change? And they're asking themselves, is it time to make a change? So yeah, they may be receiving a lot of offers. It's like there's one true offer from you, which I feel is more genuine. But they're like, what cup do I take? And it doesn't necessarily mean they have a lot of options when it comes to people. I mean, it could be, but it could be, what do they focus on next? What can I use as a distraction from healing by looking inwards? This is a fear of looking inwards as well. So I'm going to pull out some messages from the Divine Masculine cards. How's this person feeling about you? Oops. I'm making the effort. I'm doing it for us. You fascinate me. My heart is broken. I can see clearly now. I'm making the effort. So I feel like in the past this person wasn't truly making the effort. It was like subconsciously their ego was telling them, I can't accept this offer. I can't move forward with you because I've got so much other stuff on my plate. I feel there's still an energy of that going on. But they're making the effort because they're doing it for you. You know, I'm doing it for us. They're doing it for the connection. They're trying to really take a step back and see what changes they can make. Like reprioritizing. What healing can they do? What can they you know, what should they be investing in and what shouldn't they. But I really feel like it's a slow process. You fascinate me. This person does feel inspired by you. I feel like this person watches you on social media or wherever they can get a hold of some kind of information about you or where they can spy on you. I feel like this person's like watching you from afar. My heart is broken. I feel they just don't know how to love themselves. It's like they've got just stuck in this rut of this negativity. So, you know, that's out of alignment with the high vibration needed for that self-love and to be able to attract in like healthy relationships. I can see clearly now. Okay, so it's interesting that this is the final card because there is confusion going on, but at the end of the day, they will see clearly. So I'm going to pull out a couple of the divination dice, one from the coloured ones, the moon, and one from the other set. Okay, so we have the moon and the dragon. So the moon, this is the subconscious coming up to the surface. This is awakening. Sorry, I just had a coughing fit. This, you know, the moon is in the High Priestess in reverse as well. So this is saying that this is turning upright. They're seeing the truth. They're having awakenings. They're having epiphanies. Whatever veil of illusion that their ego was subconsciously using to confuse them. You know, because Spirit is saying their ego was really trying to confuse them, to stop them from taking a leap of faith, to stop them from taking action in order to keep them protected, but really like just extremely limited. So they're breaking through that. There's a breakthrough there. So the dragon, they're taming the dragon is what Spirit is saying, because they have this tendency to be very self-destructive, like breathing fire on things, especially with the Five of Wands. Very passionate energy. Fears can create a lot of destruction. But there's no fire here. It's like they're taming the dragon. It looks like this dragon's like sitting down, like going inwards. They're really contemplating how to tame this destructive, sabotaging like side of themselves. So I'm going to look much more deeply into this in a Vimeo reading, into how this person is feeling about you, what actions they're going to take, and what's going to happen between you. I hope this reading has resonated with you and it's been helpful, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And the link to the Vimeo reading is below this reading in the description box. So I really hope to see you over there. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. So this is set of cards number 4, which is the sushi bowl decoration. And this is the Rider-Waite Tarot. And I'm going to be using the divination dice towards the end of the reading as well as the messages from the Divine Masculine cards. So how does this person feel about you? We have the Six of Cups, the Magician, the Nine of Wands, Strength, and the Hierophant. So clarifying the Six of Cups, we have the Ten of Cups. Clarifying the Magician, we have the Lovers. Clarifying the Nine of Wands, we have Justice. Clarifying Strength, we have Judgment. And clarifying the Hierophant, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel this person really sees you as their soulmate. I feel this is someone who wants to commit to you. They feel like they've come home with you. They feel this deep bond with you. I feel like you've met in past lives. This is a card about reconciliation. It's about the past coming back. So for a lot of you, this is a past life connection. This person feels like you're their dream come true. They feel like you're very compatible and feeling a lot of positive, balanced, healing energies between you. There's the infinity symbol here and here, which is suggesting your mirrors, that your connection's eternal, that you're balanced, that you're equals. Especially with the Lovers card as well. And the Hierophant. For some of you, this is your twin flame or your soulmate. And they really want this commitment. They may want a family with you, a marriage. They just feel very uplifted by you. They feel like they have it all with you, or they could have it all with you. You know, the happy relationship, the family, the home. They feel a lot more optimistic is what I'm being shown. Like they feel like they're in cloud 9. Like if there's been any like darkness or unhappiness in their life, they feel as though those clouds of gloom have dissipated in order for there to be happiness and joy. There's a rainbow here. So for some of you, this is saying that there could still be some storm clouds as well as the sunshine. And, you know, that's often the case with twin flames. Like there can be some times of triggering, difficult emotions coming up. But it's in order for those wounds, like childhood wounds, to come up from the subconscious in order to be recognized, cleared and healed. So they feel like they've found the one with you, because this is a 10, so that's like the completion. That their search for love has been completed through finding you. This could be someone who's very romantic. They could have literally bought you flowers, been chivalrous. I feel there's a sense of playfulness within your connection because of the healing of the inner children. And, you know, there's the children here as well. So the Magician, you make them feel confident. You make them feel really seen and really heard. You make them feel powerful, but in a good way. Like you're seeing their divinity. You're seeing their power to create positive new change in the world around them. You may be inspiring this person to work with the skills that they've already accumulated in their life. Like you're really supporting this person to go for their dreams is what I'm feeling. Create new beginnings. You're helping them to take back their personal power in some way. And vice versa, because again, there's the mirror, the infinity symbol. So you're helping each other to step into your personal power in terms of doing what's right for you, speaking your truth, just being true to yourself on a deep soul level is what I'm feeling. The Lovers. So they really see you as their equal. There's this spiritual aspect. They definitely recognize your soulmates that you have. They feel like they recognize you from a past life. For some of you, they consciously realize that spirit is watching over your connection and that you're soul family, and therefore you have, you know, the same spirit guides and soul family that are helping you and have helped you come together. It's like you've met in the middle of this mountain is the message I'm receiving. Like both of you have experienced difficulties or struggles when it comes to love and relationships in the past. You've learned a lot of things. One of the reasons why you did meet and come together is because you mastered a lot of things through past experiences which may have been difficulty. You got yourself out of that karma. The 9 of Wands and Justice. So when I see this card, the character's like looking behind them. I feel like this person is very protective. This is like the wounded warrior. They may feel, you know, in some decks it shows a wolf is trying to break through this barrier. They may feel as though they have to guard themselves, guard you, guard the connection from outside forces which are negative. This could be people in their life. They feel they have to protect your relationship from. Justice. So they feel this high sense of morals when it comes to justice and fairness and balance. And I feel this is definitely tying into this wounded warrior energy. This is about them standing their ground. So they may be very passionate about this justice. I'm looking at the strength. There's a lion here. So it's like taming the lion. And it's something to do with balance again. There's a lot of balance here. The infinity symbols, the scales, and judgment. So I feel like they're trying to tame this inner judgment. A part of them that may have held them back in the past. A part of them that may have made them feel unworthy. I feel like a lot of them have tamed that. I feel that this is saying that you're helping each other to tame any self-destructive self-judgment, and you're helping each other to rise up and have this true judgment, which is seeing beyond illusions, seeing things truthfully, seeing yourselves in your true angelic nature. Because again, there's the 2 angels here. So through this connection, they feel that you've given them a lot of strength. You've helped them see things in a brand new light from a higher perspective. They love the deep spiritual dimension that you and your connection brings to their life. And you've made them more connected with the divine. This is about commitment, committing to the divine, maybe committing to each other in terms of they want to marry you. But they're not like foolish. This person is willing to work slowly but surely towards a deeper commitment. You know, they don't want to rush things. They want to do things right. They want to create a solid, thorough foundation for your relationship to be built upon. So they're not rushing into this, and yet I feel they trust that they want this commitment with you. They trust overall that this is a reconciliation of soulmates, you and this person. So I'm going to look into some messages from the Divine Masculine cards. Fuck what they think. So yeah, there's definitely an energy about that with this 9 of Wands and taming. This could be what the strength is about. Maybe this person thought or worried a lot about what other people thought in the past. And maybe you have done the same thing, and you're helping each other to just be more true to yourselves without worrying so much about what other people think of that. It's like you're breaking free. I'm thinking about children. So yeah, some of them are wanting children. Some of them may be considering if they want children with you in the future. But again, they're not like rushing into things. So they're not, some of them, they're not making firm decisions about that, but they're open to the idea of that when the time comes. This is the real me. So you're helping each other to reveal your true selves to yourselves and to each other. They feel like they can be the real them. You feel like you can be your real selves with each other. Some of you, this triggering that happens, it's any time where it's the conditioning, which isn't the real you, comes up. That conditioning creates some clashes. The conditioning of trying to protect self. You're helping liberate each other from that in order to feel truly safe in who you really are without needing to wear masks or having walls up. Thank you. So this person's really grateful for how you've helped them or how you've come into their life and created deeper meaning. And you're really thankful to them for the exact same reasons. And let's flirt. So they're feeling this playfulness. They're feeling turned on to you in all ways is what I'm feeling. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. Because there is this deep connection. You are mirrors. So I'm going to pull out 2 of the divination dice. One from this one and one from the other. The mouse. How do they feel about you? This is the treasure chest opening up. So the mouse. They or you or both of you may have felt timid in the past, like the mouse. You may have felt like you had to hide in the little mouse hole. I'm thinking of Tom and Jerry and all kinds of cartoons like that where some sort of predator, normally a cat, is trying to catch the mouse and the mouse is hiding. So a sense of hiding in the past is what I'm feeling. Hiding within that box. And there may have been feelings of hiding your emotions even from each other initially, but you're slowly opening the box. You're slowly opening up to each other. This may not be an easy process for some of you. Being a mouse, you know, some of you are learning to speak your truth, learning to stick up for yourself. And this is just opening you up. This is freeing you. You may have been very repressed in the past. So I'm going to look much more deeply in a Vimeo reading into how this person is feeling about you, what's going to happen between you, what actions they're going to take, and all things like that. So the link to that Vimeo reading is below this video in the description box. And I really hope this reading has been helpful and that it's resonated with you. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. That will really help me out. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So I hope to see you over on Vimeo. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.